Hi, and welcome to this short video. My name is Zainab, and I am your P6 tutors, and the purpose of this video is to give you some last few wise words of wisdom. Well, if you are watching this video, clearly you are getting ready for your P6 exam for September 2018, and at this stage, what is it that I can add? Well, first things is when you're looking at questions in P6, make sure you're carefully reading the requirements. The requirements are key. A lot of the times we tend to want to answer questions that we want to answer rather than what the examiner is asking for. So read the requirement very carefully, so you make sure that you understand and you are answering the right thing that is required from you. Now, another thing that a lot of students make a mistake of is that they don't realize that, yes, when you're looking at a paper like P6, it is a professional level paper, but a lot of the professional level papers have a lot of assumed knowledge which is basic. Don't forget, when writing your answers, if a question is asking you to give a summary of something, build up your answer, and if the build up has to be basics, then put down all the basic information, things like, whether it's income tax, whether it's inheritance tax, capital gains tax. Remember, the basics will get us through. It's the basics that is very, very important. Sometimes what happens is that if a question is asking for a conclusion, students straight away go for the conclusion. Don't make that mistake. Build up your answer, because that is where you will get what you see, the method marks, if you like, the professional marks. That brings me to the next topic here, which is professional marks. Very, very, very important and very easy to get those marks. Those of you who've attended the revision course with me, I have talked you through how we can make sure that we get the professional marks, which are so important and so easy to get that sometimes a lot of students just let them go away. I mean, 4 professional marks for making sure that what you are writing makes sense, what you're writing is clear, clarity. If a question says write a report, write notes, then make sure you are writing a report. I always tell my students that, especially when you're looking at Section A style questions, imagine that you are at work and your manager has given you this task to write a report relating to a particular client, and you have to report to your manager. Now, if you had to write, let's say, an email to your manager, you would be extremely professional. Your language would be completely different. You're not writing an email to a friend of yours. You are writing to your boss. So the same thing, simulate that in the exam as well. If the exam says write a report, imagine you are writing a report to your manager and your job is at stake. How professional are you going to be? It's the same thing. We're simulating real life here. So when it comes to getting method marks, getting professional marks, these are actually easy to get as long as you remain level-headed, you stay focused, you follow the requirements, and you make sure that whatever it is that you're putting down on paper, it is easy to follow, it is clear, there is an element of professionalism there, you've used the right number of paragraphs, you've put 1 point per paragraph where things are important, you have underlined them. If the requirement says explain, you have explained, not just given a list of bullet point things. So follow the requirement and make sure that you are presenting the answer in a way that has been asked. As far as topics are concerned, there is no one topic which is more important than the other. Yes, there are some topics that are easier than the others, and we have to make sure that we are comfortable with all the topics. I always tell students in P6, I would rather you go into the exam, be prepared for a little bit of everything than everything of one topic and that topic not coming up. So things like when you're looking at, let's say, IHT, the basics on how IHT is calculated, the valuation methods, the reliefs that are available, what are the conditions for the reliefs, how are these reliefs available, things like calculations, NRB, exemptions, all of these are very, very important. And then you're looking at, let's say, CGT, for example, the basics on how to calculate the gain with all the different variations, the reliefs that are available, the CGT calculations that need to be done. All these are very important. And then you go into things like income tax. Income tax has a lot. Because what you find with income tax is that there are some things which are very basics, which are more the lower paper of tax, which used to be called the F6, but they are highly examinable in P6, in advanced tax as well. So don't forget those. Make sure you're comfortable with the basics of income tax, because that is very, very important. Don't avoid topics like VAT, topics like stamp duty. These are often very small number of marks often, but important topics, and they're very easy to cover. They're not very difficult. I mean, if you look at stamp duty is quite a straightforward topic. If I had a choice between stamp duty and IHT reliefs, bring on stamp duty anytime. So don't let those easy topics and easy marks get away from you. Last but not least, good luck for your exams, and let us know if there is anything we can help you with.